If you bought a truck 30 years ago, you owned it. You held the physical key, you controlled the mechanical ignition, and as long as you had fuel and spark, absolutely no one could stop you from putting it in drive. But if you buy a new vehicle rolling off the assembly line in 2026, you are no longer the owner. You are just renting the software. Buried on page 1034 of a recent federal infrastructure bill is a mandatory requirement that will turn every new car in America into a rolling surveillance node equipped with a cellularly connected kill switch. You can have all the wrenches, sockets, and mechanical skill in the world, but you cannot fix a government-mandated software lock. Welcome to Industrial Decay. Today, we are performing a forensic audit on the 2026 kill switch mandate, the death of the independent mechanic, and why your next car is essentially a digital trap. Every massive overreach in automotive history starts with the exact same word: safety. In late 2021, Congress passed the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Inside that bill is a mandate requiring all new passenger motor vehicles to be equipped with advanced impaired driving technology. Now, on paper, that sounds like a standard breathalyzer, but when you look at the engineering required to actually enforce this, the reality is terrifying. The mandate requires the vehicle to passively and accurately detect if a driver is impaired. You are not blowing into a tube. The car is actively monitoring you. This requires infrared cameras tracking your eye movements, biometric sensors in the steering wheel, and cabin air sensors analyzing your breath. If the vehicle's computer decides you are unfit to drive, or if the system simply glitches, which modern automotive software does constantly, it will digitally sever the connection to your fuel pump or transmission. Your $90,000 truck is officially bricked. And here is what no one is talking about. This technology has already been tested, and it has already failed. In 2023, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration ran pilot programs with prototype impaired driving detection systems. The false positive rate was staggering. Drivers were flagged and locked out for rubbing their eyes, for looking at their side mirrors too quickly, and for wearing sunglasses that confused the infrared camera. One tester reported the system locked him out of his own vehicle at a gas station in the middle of the Nevada desert because he was drowsy. He was not drunk. He was tired from a 12-hour shift. Imagine this happening to you on a highway at night with your family in the back seat. The car decides you blinked wrong and it shuts down the engine at 65 miles per hour. That is not safety. That is a liability nightmare wrapped in a federal mandate. To understand how we got here, you have to look at what automakers have been quietly doing to engines over the last decade. Just like we saw with the appliance industry replacing mechanical timers with cheap, breakable motherboards, the auto industry has completely eliminated mechanical linkages. Your gas pedal is no longer connected to a throttle body by a cable. It is drive-by-wire. Your shifter is not connected to the transmission. It is shift-by-wire. Your brakes are quickly moving to brake by wire. Every physical connection between you and the machine has been replaced by a computer signal that can be intercepted, overridden, or shut off. Your car is now a 7,000-pound smartphone. Because all new vehicles come with a mandatory over-the-air cellular connection, often called OTA, the manufacturer has a permanent backdoor into your engine's computer that cannot be severed. The hardware for a kill switch is already installed. The 2026 mandate is simply the government forcing automakers to write the code to use it. Now, if this sounds familiar, it should, because the farming industry already went through this exact fight, and they lost. In 2015, John Deere told American farmers that they did not actually own their tractors. They argued in federal court that because the tractor's engine was controlled by proprietary software, the farmer had only purchased a license to operate the machine. If the tractor threw a software error, the farmer could not fix it. He could not plug in his own diagnostic tool. He could not reset the code. He had to call a John Deere certified technician, pay $200 an hour, and wait, sometimes for days, while his crops rotted in the field. A Montana wheat farmer testified that he lost an entire harvest, $80,000 in grain, because his combine locked itself into diagnostic mode during a software update and the nearest dealer was 4 hours away. John Deere did not apologize. They said the farmer should have scheduled the update during the off-season. That is the future of your car. The infrastructure bill is not inventing a new idea. It is copying John Deere's business model and making it federal law. Now you might be asking, why are the big automakers not fighting this federal overreach? Why are they complying so easily? Because they want the kill switch. The auto industry is facing a massive financial crisis. Dealership lots are overflowing with $80,000 vehicles that middle-class Americans cannot afford. Auto loan defaults are skyrocketing. Historically, repossessing a vehicle costs a bank thousands of dollars in towing and recovery fees. But with a remote kill switch, a bank executive in New York can click a mouse and instantly brick a pickup truck parked in a driveway in Texas. No repo man, no confrontation, no cost. Your truck just stops working one morning and you get a text message telling you to surrender it. Furthermore, automakers are moving toward a subscription model. This is not speculation. This is already happening. In 2022, BMW started charging customers $18 a month to use their heated seats. The hardware was already installed in the car. The wires were connected. The heating element was built into the leather. But BMW locked it behind a software paywall. If you stopped paying, they remotely disabled the heaters you had already paid for when you bought the vehicle. Toyota did the same thing with remote start. They charged $8 a month to use the key fob that came in the box. General Motors announced that starting in 2026, all new vehicles will require an active subscription to their OnStar platform, and that certain safety features, including automatic crash response, will be locked behind the paywall. If they have the power to shut down your heated seats for a missed payment, they have the power to shut down your engine. The kill switch mandate just gives them the legal framework to do it without calling it what it is. This brings us to the most insulting part of this entire mandate, the right to repair. If your 1998 Chevy had a faulty sensor, you bypassed it. You cut the wire, you swapped the part, you got to work. But these new biometric systems are deeply encrypted into the vehicle's engine control unit. Automakers call it cybersecurity. Mechanics call it a monopoly. If you try to snip the wire to the cabin monitoring camera, the car's computer will detect a fault, throw the vehicle into limp mode, and refuse to start. You cannot bypass it. You cannot wrench your way out of it. You will be forced to tow your vehicle to a licensed dealership and pay $200 an hour just to have a technician reset the software. The same technician who will charge you $150 just to run the diagnostic before he even touches a tool. They are not just taking away your privacy, they are taking away your ability to fix your own property, and they are creating a permanent revenue stream from your dependents. So what is the solution? How do you beat the 2026 trap? Stop buying new cars. Right now, a massive shift is happening in the American vehicle market. Smart buyers, mechanics, and blue-collar workers are realizing that the golden era of the automobile is over. Vehicles built before 2015, before mandatory cellular telemetry and encrypted infotainment screens became the standard, are about to become the most valuable assets on the road. We are entering the era of the dumb car premium. Here is what the smart money is buying right now. From 2003 to 2007, the Chevrolet Silverado with the 5.3-liter V8 engine, mechanical throttle body, no cellular connection, and parts at every auto store in America for under $50. From 1999 to 2006, the Toyota Tundra with the 4.7-liter engine, Toyota's last truly analog full-size truck. A timing belt, not a chain. which means you control the maintenance schedule, not a dealer. From 2003 to 2012, the Ram 2500 with the 5.9 liter or 6.7 liter Cummins diesel, a mechanical fuel system that an owner with a wrench can rebuild in a weekend. From 2006 to 2011, the Ford Crown Victoria, the last body-on-frame V8 sedan with zero driver monitoring, zero cellular connection, and a parts network so deep that police departments still run them today. These are not just vehicles, they are financial instruments. An analog truck with a physical key, mechanical linkages, and zero wireless internet is the only way to guarantee that you actually own what you drive. Stop trading in your older, reliable vehicles for these rolling iPads. Fix your rust. Rebuild your transmission. Maintain your analog engines. Because very soon, an old truck might be the only true freedom you have left on the road.